It was Orlando, November 17th, 2011. Michelle Parker vanished. Michelle Parker, 33, was last seen on November 17th, 2011, dropping off her then 3-year-old twins at their father's home in Carter Glen condominiums in Orlando. They actually have timestamps on here, so this is interesting. At 2:30 p.m., she visited the family members at her mother's, Yvonne Stewart, salon in Oviedo. She left to pick up her twins from daycare. According to her mother, she was planning to head home after dropping the twins off with her ex-fiance, Dale Smith Jr. Says he was about 40 or 41. How old is she? She's about 33. Around 3:15, she texted her boyfriend at the time, Nathan Mitchell. 3:30 p.m. Michelle's 11-year-old son arrived home from school. Shortly thereafter, he called his grandmother, Michelle's mom, asking where his mother was. Yvonne Stewart was surprised to hear that Michelle wasn't home yet. She called the daughter's phone, but no one answered. Stewart tried to contact Smith several times, but she was unable to get in touch with him then. Around 4:30 p.m., her brother Dustin Erickson sent her a text message asking her where she went. He got a message back that simply said Waterford, a possible reference to a nearby area. Waterford Lakes is an outdoor mall 11 to 12 miles from Carter Glen condominiums. I read that the area is called Waterford. Some speculate that someone else sent that text message. Normally, she sent longer messages, or at least smiley faces, XOs, I guess kissy faces, hearts, etc. 4:30 p.m. According to Dale Smith's attorney, he went to visit his parents with his children. It says 6:53 p.m. Michelle's sister was unsuccessful in her attempts to reach her by phone. 7:20 p.m. Sister reported her missing to the police. It says around 7:30 or 8 o'clock p.m. Depends on the source. It says Michelle was scheduled to work that night at a local bar called The Barn in Sanford. She didn't show up, which was unusual. And about the same time, around 8 p.m., her cell phone stopped transmitting a signal to the tower near Belle Isle, more than 7 miles from where she was last seen. 8:55, the video shows Michelle's Hummer stopped at the intersection of Vinland and Conroy Roads. The following day, November 18th, 2011, Michelle's 2008 black Hummer H3 was found in a parking lot in the Walden Palms apartment in the 4700 block of Walden Circle in Orlando. Decals for a mobile tanning business had been removed from the windows. Walden Palms is half or 3/4 of a mile from where the Hummer was caught on video. November 26, Orlando PD served a search warrant on Smith's parents' home in Rose Boulevard in Orlando. A police spokesman wouldn't reveal what, if anything, was found. 3 weeks after her disappearance, police found her phone in a lake near the Nella Bridge in Belle Isle. The lake is only 5 minutes away from the home of Dale Smith Jr. Michelle, who also worked at a former Jesse Black saloon in Oak Ridge, which is near where the phone was last pinged. Okay. Parker and Smith had taped an episode of the show The People's Court on June 2011. She went missing on the same day that episode aired. Episode might air just before Michelle went to Dale's. August 2023, OPD searched the property of Dale Smith Sr. Okay, so I guess their dad's involved. Off Rose Boulevard, looking for her remains under a concrete slab, but they found nothing. They used ground penetrating radar. Today, they had a search warrant to look at my daughter under the slab of Smith Jr. poured in without a permit. It says Yvonne said this back in 2012. Now, if you look at the satellite image of that area, Rose Boulevard, 2211, that concrete slab appeared somewhere between 2014 and 2015, most likely in 2014. The satellite images are taken every year, most likely at the end of January. No big changes there through the years. There's a shed in the northwest corner of the plot, most likely 2017 shed or a terrace disappears. It says a roof or a terrace disappears. If you look at the satellite image on Carter Glen condominiums on South Goldenrod Road, you can see that in 2011 there were several underdeveloped plots. During 2011 and early 2012, 2 houses were built. I hope those construction sites were investigated. In 2012, at the FBI's, I don't know if they spelled this word right, urging, I guess they meant urge. Police searched near the Carter Glen condominiums. They also searched the wooded area off Goldenrod Road in the Lee Vista area, and more volunteers sourced the woods by Lake Moss Park. It says at least there is an Orange County property appraiser site where you could find the old satellite images. This is man, the disappearance stuff is crazy though. It's like these people just go off the face of the earth, and you don't know what to do. And then she had a whole family. I know she had her ex-husband, but still, she had the 3 kids. She had the twins, took them to daycare, and then I basically took them to daycare and wasn't seen again. Yeah, this one I have no idea. I can't pin anything down because the Hummer's gone. Her phone's off, obviously. After that amount of time, the battery's going to die, especially back in 2011. And then my thing is, there's no cameras. It doesn't sound like there was any cameras of her at all. That would be my thing. Just going back, she was supposed to go to work that night. Obviously, she was missing. She was reported to the police missing that evening before she was supposed to be scheduled to go to work. Yeah, nobody could get in touch with her. I will say the son called, basically Michelle's mom. Man. Then she was 33 at the time. I can't even imagine. I couldn't imagine, because I doubt she was in a car accident because she was in the Hummer. So no telling what would have happened to this lady. It's sad. Yeah, these are things you can't prepare for, especially as anybody part of this, anybody close to this. There's nothing you could prepare for this to understand what's about to happen. That sucks. Oh man. Okay. Let me see what some of the other comments say. Yeah, they say, I wonder who could have done it. Only remains unsolved by sheer luck of the ex. Had just one camera caught him driving the Hummer around, he'd be done for. I do agree with that. If if he was driving around that Hummer at all or around that time, yeah, it'd have been over for that guy. Someone said absolute luck, but the fact that there wasn't nearly the same amount of cameras pointed at the roads in 2011 as there are now. It happened that in these days, he likely would have been picked up by dozens of rings. That's true. Yeah, with the housing cameras. Half a dozen dash cams and hundreds of business CCTVs and traffic cams. Yeah. Yeah, they also put, these kind of cases frustrate me the most. We know who did it. The victim's family knows who did it. The cops damn well know who did it. But it languishes due to the lack of hard evidence and dumb luck on the part of the murderer. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I feel like somebody has to know something, right? He said somebody puts out a theory. If Dale Jr. is involved, do the parents protect their son? After all, according to his attorney, he went to visit his parents with his children around 4:30 p.m. Around the same time, Michelle's brother sent her the text message and asked her where she was, and got a message that simply said Waterford. I'm curious where Michelle's phone pinged between 3 and 8 p.m. Ooh, I don't know. So wait a second. I guess another question would be, are all 3 of the kids his, or is it just the twins that were his? If all 3, they weren't together, he was going to take the kids to their parents. I wonder why. I don't know. These type of cases are sad, and then these children, the young ones, they still remember their mother. If they're going to daycare, they'll definitely remember who their mom is. Probably not to the same level as the 11-year-old, but still, go to bed at night, wake up in the morning, expecting to see. That could be any parent, really, expecting to see that parent and them not be there, and realizing that they're never coming back is a pain. A pain I hope to never experience. I will say that. All right, let's get into our second story. I think this one's going to be a lot longer. So let me do it. Let me do this. Let me drink some water.